G'day and welcome to another edition of Hef's Beer Reviews. Today I'm going to be drinking this beer here, Two Birds Summer Ale, but I'm not actually doing a review of the beer itself because when I bought this beer, which was about 2 weeks ago, when I got home I noticed that it was to the day 7 months past the expiration date on the can. 7 months past. Came from Dan Murphy's. So look, the lesson of course is, and I'm normally pretty good at it, but I was in a rush and I didn't always check the expiration dates before purchase. I got 2 cans because there were 2 sitting there. It's one that I have tried before but I haven't had for a while and I was looking to revisit it. Got them home. The other one's not quite out as date as this one. I think it expired in August last year as opposed to this one, which is the 12th of June 2022, and we're now in January of 2023. So I don't think I've ever had a beer this far past the expiration date. You'd expect with a beer of this age that the hop flavors in particular, so in this one here, Galaxy, Amarillo and Mosaic, I believe, and also some passion fruit pulp in this beer, you'd be expecting that those flavors are somewhat diminished, probably some oxidization with a beer of this age as well. And it's a shame because Two Birds are a pretty good brewery. I've had quite a few of their beers before, and as I said, I was looking forward to drinking this one again. So anyway, without further ado, we'd better crack it open, see what it's like. Active, as Swilling Grog would say, that Jez would say. Wow, look at that. You'd also expect from a major chain liquor store that it probably hasn't been stored in the greatest of conditions. It wasn't in the fridge when I bought it, it was on the shelf, as I said, but it's been in the fridge since I got it nearly 2 weeks ago. We'll try and make an assessment of the appearance. It's a hazy golden colour. It does look darker than I remember it. I looked at my tasting notes from a few years ago when I last had it, and it was quite light in colour. Alright, what can we smell? No, it's meant to be passion fruit. Real passion fruit for a refreshing thirst quencher. But I can't really get any passion fruit. A little while ago I did a review of some homebrew that I'd done that was had been in the bottle for 12 months. It smells like that. It smells like old homebrew. Just not very appealing. Let's give it a taste. Is it drinkable? We're about to find out. Cheers. It is very, very effervescent, as you notice from the head. So it's very tingly in the mouth and on the tongue. It's very light. I'm not really getting any passion fruit flavour at all. It's, it actually tastes like old homebrew. It's got a twang to it. This far past the expiration date, even in a can, you're expecting oxidization, poor storage conditions, old beer, and this is what you get. As I said, a real shame. It's not fair to the brewery to be selling this stuff and people buying it, potentially not looking at the date before they try it. It's not on. Yeah, there's no it's not pleasant. It's not pleasant at all. There's no real other way that I can describe the flavors. I guess a little bit skunky. It's got a twang to it. As I said, no hop presence in the flavor. It's difficult to get much malt out of it as well. Look, it's not going to harm you, or it shouldn't. It shouldn't harm you in any way. It just tastes bad. So you can drink old beer, and certainly some beer ages better than others. Some beers, of course, are meant to be aged, but generally speaking, the hoppier the beer, the fresher it needs to be drunk. This one, although not as hoppy as some, it does rely on hops quite heavily for its flavour, as well as the fresh fruit or the fruit puree that they've put into it. So I'm not going to drink this one. That's going to have to go down the sink, and so is the other one. Thanks for watching. I have to go and get myself another beer now, and we'll catch you next time on Hef's Beer Reviews.